So I just gonna start with this pic of mine, which was taken 2 years ago at the Bangalore Hacker House right after FTX crash. And I do remember, like the space was so empty at that time at the Bangalore house. Like there was such sort of, feeling in everyone that would blockchain and this industry would, work out and we would go into the future and build something where we are right now. So I'm very happy to share this photo where I just, put up a desk right at the end of the, conference and said that Solana DeFi is here to stay. And to be honest, it is here to stay and it has been kicking volumes right now. And it's right now the number one chain in terms of spot volume and the leading chain in terms of perps volume. So without further ado, I would just want to basically go through my talk, which says the finance is on chain and it's growing. So before we go into that, I just want to answer the question why. Why money is very essential for everything that happens in our lives. Everything that we do, money is involved, and it plays a very key role when we buy, sell, or work, or build anything. Money plays an important role. So since money is so important, it needs to be transparent because transparency is the key for your trust and reliability and like betting on something. Like when you're holding a currency, you need to be have full confidence that this money has value tomorrow or in the future for your future generations. So in that manner, transparency is important. And what best way to serve this transparency is through a verifiable ledger, which we call blockchain technology, which can be verified by anyone, irrespective of them, originating from any place in the world. So yeah, and the blockchain needs to be fast because imagine you doing a transaction and it takes like 3 minutes or 10 minutes to confirm. That just makes the experience very bad. So fast blockchains. And why fast blockchains? Because you need the confirmation and the transparency, all things baked into the same platform and have it all served as fast as possible. And that's why we are building, and we are all on Solana right now because it's the most innovative and the best blockchain platform right now live in production. So moving ahead of how DeFi is right now working in its place. Right now, we have multiple, iterations of traditional finance instruments that are working on blockchain. So first, I'll start with AMMs and order books. So right now, if we compare about traditional instruments that we have to trade anything or exchange anything, there are order books, but on blockchains, we have AMMs and we have different sorts of AMMs. It's not just one AMM. We have DLMMs, we have CLMMs, which are basically sort of work like a different implementation of order book. But even in that direction, we also have order books on chain, and we have borrow lend markets, which basically act as banks, and we have insurance markets, fully on chain, verifiable. We have tokenization of assets, basically bringing on real-world assets on-chain for that, so that anyone from anywhere, any part of the world can basically access to these opportunities of assets that are being traded anywhere else in the real world, basically like gold, metal, all different currencies. And the biggest market in the TradFi world, which is the Forex markets, are also being worked on, basically. And you are able to basically leverage trade or spot trade these foreign currencies on blockchain, basically, buying and selling euro or Japanese yen or INR as well. And USD has been the core of stablecoins. So DeFi just works, and verifiability is much important for all of us. So yeah, just focusing on where we are with DeFi right now. If you see the DeFi summer, DeFi started from the summer of 2020, of April, where the basically TVL was about something around $200 million, and right now we are at a TVL of about $168.5 billion, fully on-chain, verifiable by anyone, irrespective of where they are, and this is only growing basically. And the most interesting thing for builders and developers is total available market. So the TAM for DeFi is more than $100 trillion. There's actually no cap to it because you're basically creating finance, instruments for doing financial transactions. So the TAM is very high, and it basically is an open door for people to come and build things on a verifiable open blockchain. So moving ahead, yeah, I just want to also highlight that Solana is best positioned for DeFi right now just because of the transaction cost and the verifiability and the fastest of the blockchain. So yeah, as a builder, if you are not, the market size affects a lot, and if the bigger the market size, the more opportunities you have when you're building. Now, coming back to the thing of uh, the company that I'm running, Flash Trade. So the most interesting thing about Flash Trade that I wanted to highlight was in DeFi, you can just do things. Just because the market is so big, you don't even need to raise money or go through that process of like thinking about more things. Like if you are able to build things that that have users or there is demand for it, you will achieve that stuff. Like you will make money and you would attract more customers. And once you start attracting more customers, more doors open for you, be it on the side of regulatory side or be on the side of finances or growing your team. So you can just do things. That's what I wanted to basically highlight. And DeFi needs more builders. And the TAM, as I said, it's more than $100 trillion. And yeah, coming back to the company that we have launched, we are one of the few companies on Solana that have launched without raising any money, and we have served more than $17 billion in volume in less than 20 months by making almost about $6 million in fees. And we are fully built from scratch, and we are profitable since day one and growing. So yeah, just wanted to highlight that you don't need to basically go and beg for money. If you are a builder and building some important stuff, money will chase you. You don't need to chase anyone. So yeah, that's the highlight of Flash Trade, and I'm very happy that we are growing, and we are growing at a much faster rate. And yeah, highlighting at what we are doing to basically, for the next stage of Flash, because it's been 20 months and we have like 20 markets, and so far what we have learned is traders are hungry for more markets and more real world assets. So basically you're working on a new iteration of our margin engine, which basically would allow you to trade more than 200 assets. And the most interesting thing about our engine is we are able to serve real world assets. Like we are the only platform on Solana that allows Forex markets, metals, and commodities to be traded. You can't do it anywhere else on Solana. So we're going to bet heavy on that and allow you to trade anything that moves in the real world or the on-chain world, and with the highest possible leverage, as always. So yeah, that is under works as we speak. And one more thing in the terms of IBRL, which is increased bandwidth, reduce latency, which is like the motto of Solana, as well as like you need to basically allow that speed that all centralized exchanges are offering. And the most interesting thing that as a builder you have to focus is people don't, like majority of the people don't give shit about your application being decentralized or not. But eventually when things grow, these things matter. I'm sure a lot of people have seen many big exchanges, big names going down just because of loss of keys or any social hacks. So that is the reason why open source and decentralized finance shines. Because when you have the programs and everything open source, anyone can audit and support and grow the infrastructure. So yeah. We are working on that side as well and trying to improve our latency so that your transactions don't feel like transaction. You just click and it's like the Web 2 experience that you see in the real world as well. So yeah, verifiable finance with the speed of centralized exchanges, that's we are building. And thanks for listening to my talk. Hopefully you were inspired by that. And you're going to build a $1 trillion company soon in DeFi. So thank you. And if you want to connect, there's all my socials.